Hi, my name is Alyssa Soliday, and I am making a video about student test score interpretation. So we are looking at different ranges of a student's test score to see where they fall on a normal distribution or bell-shaped curve. So this is what I drew. I labeled each percentage to see like where they're landing necessarily and how they're doing compared to the average. So the scale score average, which would be like the mean, was about a 10, and for this student, they scored an 8 in mental computation and estimation, which is average. And that's an average score. It's within one standard deviation from the mean, and the standard deviation was 3. So if they got a 7, they would be below average, but they fell in the 7 to 10 range, which is one standard deviation. And then the addition and subtraction, the student scored a 5. So, alright, I'll let you look at that for a second. They scored a 5. Which is below average because it's more than one standard deviation away from the mean, but it's negatively away from the mean. I drew this arrow, like here's the mean, and then most of the test scores were on it would be your left. Most of the test scores are going negatively to the left. So then in the multiplication and division, this student scored a 6, which is also below average because it is more than one standard deviation away from the mean. I know this by calculating the different increments away from the mean. So we have 10, 7, 4, and 1. If they land more than one standard deviation away from the mean, they are below average, and it also says that in the chart on Canvas. And then if they were to land, let's say here, they would be above average because it's 2 standard deviations away from the mean. And that also goes with the standard score range. This student scored an 81 on mathematical operations. So the 81 score lands about right here, and that is more than one standard deviation away from the mean. And it looks like with the graph on Canvas, an 81 is it's below average, middle below average. So with that said, the student understands estimations and computations well, but struggles with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, which most likely hindered his overall standard score in mathematics, where they might need more help. Also, this student was tested to be in the 10th percentile range. So you can see here that I have like 13.5. Oh my god, it's backwards in the video. I'll send a copy of this in my submission as well. But I have the 13.5%, and if you were to see where it was in the graph, the 10 percentile is about where the 81 landed. That's how we know that he was in the 10% rank comparatively to his class. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Just a little summary. The student score was an 81 for operations in math, falling into the 10 percentile rank, which is below average on the scale score range. For the scale score range, the student scored an 8 in computation and estimation, which is average, however, scored a 5 and 6 in addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. The student struggles with mathematical operations, but understands computations, and estimations. Yes, so I think I covered everything. Here's just one last look. Okay, thanks.